Good morning. Welcome to Breakfast News with the Sentinel. I'm Moinita. Let me run you through the top stories in today morning's The Sentinel. First up, of course, is the update and status of COVID situation in the state of Assam. Health Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma held a press briefing yesterday, and that is where he mentioned about his concerns regarding the patients who have tested negative for COVID now but are facing a lot of complications and a lot of lives are being lost because of post COVID complications. The problem of a corona infected person does not end at getting cured of the viral attack, since COVID 19 damages lungs and other organs badly. Post COVID complications take toll more than what COVID does. As of now, the death toll in the state due to COVID 19 and post COVID cases is around 1,000. This is what the Assam Health Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma had said yesterday in his press briefing. Worried over the deteriorating corona situation in the state, the health minister said, and I quote, "The situation is going from bad to worse. We have very limited scope for medication. People are not yet serious on the pandemic. Compared to COVID positive cases in August, there has been a rise of 1.5% corona positive cases in September. Now, post COVID complications are taking their toll. A COVID patient getting cured of the viral attack is not the end of his or her problems. Since COVID affects the lungs and other organs badly, post COVID complications take the lives of many who have been released after their recovery. As of now, COVID toll in the state is 330. And if the post COVID toll is added to it, it will be around 1,000. That is what the minister said. He also mentioned about how the Guwahati High Court has expressed its concerns about the growing number of COVID cases across the state. And the court has asked the deputy commissioners and the superintendent of police, all of them, to be very, very strict in implementing the COVID protocols. And the court has, in fact, asked the deputy commissioners, the DCs, and the SPs to take personal responsibility to ensure that people wear masks and social distancing norms are followed. The court has also directed the administration to strictly collect fine from all those people found not wearing the mask. The rupees 500 fine should be implemented very, very strictly. That is what the court has told the administration. And the repeat fine, of course, for the repeat offense, the fine is going to be 1,000 rupees. The court itself will monitor all of these things. And in fact, today there is going to be a meeting between all the deputy commissioners and the police personnel and the administration to decide on how best to go about and implement the court's order. The state health minister further had said yesterday that the state will implement the court's order in letter and spirit. And he also said that the government will not shy away from acting tough whenever and wherever it is necessary. The minister also pointed out to the fact that the positivity rate has gone up to 6.2% from 4.5%, and the state is reporting as many as 3,000 deaths daily, which of course has become a cause of concern for the state health department. And the minister said that going by that rate, in September itself, the state will have as many as 1 lakh COVID patients, and that definitely is going to be hugely difficult for the state to take care of. Now, as far as the total tally of cases in the state is concerned, it has gone up to 1,21,224. The number of active cases stands at 28,159. Number of discharged patients, 92,717. And the number of deaths now stands at 345. In the meanwhile, the state government has decided to lift the weekend lockdown as well as the night curfew as part of its move to unlock the state to revive the economy, even as the number of COVID-19 positive cases are on the rise, so are the casualties from the virus. So, in fact, the notification was issued yesterday, and schools and colleges would continue to remain shut till the end of this month. Uh, classes 9 to 12, students have been allowed to go to the educational institutes, to the schools, for guidance from teachers, but strictly on the basis of a consent note has to be there from the parents or the guardian. Only then the student can go to their schools in case, and this entirely on voluntary basis and not without the consent note from the teachers and guardians. Of course, the gatherings for marriages has been capped at 50. For last rite rituals, the number has been capped at 20, but these measures will come into effect only from September 21. That's the detailed notification there from the Chief Secretary's office. And you can find all the details on our website, sentinelassam.com, as well as today morning's newspaper, The Sentinel. All the details are mentioned here. Also, during yesterday's press conference, the State Finance, Health and Education Minister, Mr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, announced three schemes for the benefit of people. Of course, this is keeping an eye on the upcoming elections in the state. Now, the three schemes, one is for the tea garden workers. The state government is planning to dole out 3,000 rupees into the account of every tea garden worker. The government is now looking at covering all the 8 lakh tea garden workers of Assam. That is one scheme that was announced yesterday. The government announced the restarting of the education loan subsidy of 50,000 rupees for all those people who had already taken education loan or are planning to do so. And third is 50,000 rupees to be deposited, to be given to 2 lakh youth to give a boost to entrepreneurship in the state. So these are the three schemes which were announced yesterday. The timelines and the details about how to avail the benefits under these three schemes are there in our newspaper today morning and also our website, sentinelassam.com. Now, moving on to some news from the India-China border, the eastern part of Ladakh, where tension is once again escalating between India and China. Indian Army Chief General Manoj Mukund Narvane said yesterday that the situation along the line of actual control is tense and the force is prepared for all contingencies. Now, here is what he said. The nation can count on us, General Narvane said, who was on a 2-day visit to Ladakh, where he also met troops deployed at forward locations along the line of actual control. Of course, tension is building up. Talks have been held, but the Chinese side also building up their troops there along the Pangyong Lake, and Indian side too getting ready in case of any face-off. But of course, efforts are on to de-escalate the tension that's once again building up in that area. There's this news here about the suicide rate in Northeast. It's alarming. Family problems, love affair, and marriage-related issues are major causes of suicide in Assam during 2019. The latest report published by the National Crime Reports Bureau, that's the NCRB, has revealed that altogether 2,370 committed suicides in 2019. The figure was 2,379 in 2018. According to the NCRB report, family problems are responsible for 25.94% suicides in Assam last year, followed by love affair, which stands at 15.69%, property dispute, 11.77%, marriage-related issues, 10.21%, unemployment, 6.54%, illness, 6.6%, failure in examination, 4.3%, and drug abuse or addiction, resulting in 3.8% suicides being committed in Assam in 2019. Now let's talk about few more stories from the region, from other parts of Northeast. Arunachal Pradesh has reported its highest single-day spike in COVID-19 cases yesterday. 214 people, including 80 security personnel, tested positive for the infection. Meanwhile, one more person died, pushing the state's coronavirus death toll to 8. The total number of cases now stands at 4,574. Meanwhile, Arunachal Pradesh is also getting ready for the Panchayat polls. The Arunachal Pradesh State Election Commission is in readiness to conduct the long pending Panchayat polls and awaiting the state government's nod to go ahead. The SEC was prepared to hold the polls pending since May 2018 in March April this year, but the coronavirus lockdown caused inordinate delay. Keeping in mind the suggestions of all stakeholders, including representatives of political parties, state government officials, and medical professionals, it was decided to conduct the elections only after the COVID-19 situation improves. State Election Commissioner Hage Kodin said. He said the SEC in its recent internal meetings has reviewed the pandemic scenario and also taken into consideration the recent local civic body polls held in Mizoram. Now the commission is the state election commission is awaiting the government's nod to go ahead and conduct the long pending panchayat elections in Arunachal Pradesh. Arunachal Pradesh Governor, Brigadier retired Dr. B.D. Mishra, and Chief Minister Pema Khandu have greeted the teaching community of the state on the occasion of Teachers' Day, which commemorates the birth anniversary of former President Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. The governor expressed his hope that the occasion would inspire the members of the whole. That there is a tweet from Arunachal Chief Minister Pema Khandu wishing the teachers, the professors, the academicians on Teachers' Day today. The governor expressed his hope that the occasion will inspire the members of the noble profession to rededicate themselves towards imparting knowledge and value-based education. So, moving on to another news, also from Arunachal Pradesh, Minister for Health and Family Welfare, Alo Libang, formally launched the telemedicine hub at Tomo Riba Institute of Health and Medical Sciences, that's TRIMS. Speaking to media, Libang informed that the teleconsultation services will be enabled using eSanjeevani, a doctor-to-doctor or nurse telemedicine system for Ayushman Bharat Health Wellness Centers, and eSanjeevani OPD by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. As of now, Health and Wellness Center, Mahadevpur in Namsai district, Wakro in Lohit, Hunli in Dibang Valley, and Maro in Upper Subansiri district has been connected with this service. And news from Meghalaya, a water supply project foundation stone has been laid. Meghalaya Minister in charge for Public Health and Engineering Department, Samling Mangliam, today laid the foundation for the project. Provision of additional water supply from via Pindra Spring source to Block 1, 2, and 3 of Laushaton and was done at a program held at Basketball Ground, Laushaton Block 6. So, improved water supply is what the people of these blocks can now expect. And that is all that I have for all of you this morning. News and updates continue in sentinelassam.com. Do find us in YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. All the news and updates will be across all our social platforms. Keep yourself updated. Log in to sentinelassam.com. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Till we meet again, take care, stay safe. Goodbye.